here to welcome you all on this 3-day CRE conference program on topic Changing Dynamics and Transformation in the Field of Special Education in Context to New Education Policy. Now I request our Deputy Director, Mrs. Sanjana Mittal Ma'am and Mrs. Saraswati Sharma Ma'am, Dean Academics, to kindly come up on the stage with the Chief Guest and Guest of Honor for lamp lighting. Mrs. Sanjana Mittal Ma'am, to kindly come and present welcome address for CRE programming.
A very good morning to one and all present here. I, Sanjana Mittal, Deputy Director of Ashtavakra Institute of Rehabilitation Sciences and Research, welcome you all to this 3-day CRE program on the topic that is Changing Dynamics and Transformation in the Field of Special Education in Context to New Education Policy. I would like to welcome our Chief Guest for the day, Major General Dr. Ranjan Kocherji, VSM and Vice Chairman of National Council of News and Broadcasting, Dr. Ram Kailash Gupta, who is not there, but his blessings are with us. I would like to welcome the Chairperson of Handicap Women Welfare Association, Dr. Sandhya Bindalji Ma'am. I would also like to welcome Dr. C.B. Mishra, Director Principal of Prudence Group of Schools, Dr. Anthony Raju Ji, Global Chairperson for All India Council of Human Rights, Liberties and Social Justice, Professor Yamini Agarwal Ji, Director from Bharati Vidyapeeth, Dr. Naveen Gera Ji, Professor from James College, Kalka Ji, Mr. J.C. Gupta Sir, Retired Assistant Director from AYJ NISH. I further welcome all our CRE participants, our students, faculty members to this 3-day continuous rehabilitation program. It's a pleasure to have you all with us. I thank all the academicians who have joined today to describe their ongoing process and work in the field of special education in context to this new education policy. So once again, I welcome all the galaxy of academicians there on the dais. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for the valuable insights. Let's begin with felicitation ceremony. I would like to request our Deputy Director, Mrs. Sanjana Mittal Ma'am, Dean Academic, Mrs. Saraswati Sharma Ma'am, to felicitate our Chief Guest, Major General Dr. Ranjan Kocher, VSM, Vice Chairman of National Council of News and Academics. I would like to invite Dr. Navneet Gera, Sir, Professor, GIMS Kalka Ji, Delhi. I would like to invite Guest of Honor, Dr. Anthony Raju, Sir, Global Chairman, All India Council of Human Rights, Liberties and Social Justice. Now I would like to invite Dr. Manjari Anthony Ma'am, Executive Director of Legal Associates. I would like to invite Dr. C.B. Mishra, Sir, Director Principal of Prudence Group of Schools. I would like to invite Dr. Yamini Agarwal, Ma'am, Director of Bharati Vidyapeeth Institute of Management and Research. Let's have a big round of applause for her. I would like to invite Mr. J.C. Gupta, Sir, Assistant Director, Noida and Consultant Exam RCI. Now, I would like to request Mrs. Sanjana ma'am to take over for further processing and inaugural ceremony.
We are proceeding with the inaugural ceremony now. We have Dr. Navneet Gera, professor from JIMS, Kalka ji. Dr. Gera has completed his MIB, that is Masters in International Business from Mohanlal Sukhadia University, Udaipur, and has an experience of more than 17 years. He did his doctorate from University of Rajasthan on dollar versus euro in international financial markets. He is supervisor and guide to PhD scholars. He has 43 research papers to his credit, published in reputed national and international journals. He has published 13 papers which are listed in the Scopus ABDC. Dr. Gera is a member of Academy of International Business and has conducted more than 25 workshops in international marketing and export management. Dr. Gera is trainer for research methodology, workshops and SPSS training. Dr. Gera has delivered sessions on FDBs for SPSS and research methodology. He has chaired various national and international conferences. With these words, I welcome you, sir, and I would like to please come up and share your views. Can we have a round of applause for Dr. Navneet Gera?
Respected dignitaries on the dais, Chairperson, Madam Dr. Sandhya Bindal ji, Chief Guest, Sir, Major General Rajan Kochar ji, Madam Yamini Agarwal ji, Dr. Anthony Raju, Dr. Mishra sir, Mr. Gupta ji, convener of the program, Dr. Sanjana, Dr. Murthy. It's an honor to be amongst the key educationalists and think tanks on this occasion of discussion on changing dynamics and transformation in the field of special education in context to new education policy. I feel blessed to be here amongst top educationalists for this 3-day program. Dear students, when it comes to this particular theme, I would like to share a brief about inclusive education, but before that, I would like to say something about the youth. When it comes to youth, from insights, I get a lot of vibes for young people, youth. There has been a discussion on speed, skill, and scale. That is, Honorable Minister has talked about the speed, skill, and scale. Speed in the sense we need fast and faster work pace. We need more skilled people. And we want more economies of scale, that is more production, which is only possible through youth. So therefore, the youth becomes the most important ingredient, component, contributor of the economy. All of you must be aware about the upcoming G20. India is going to have a presidency of G20 on 9th and 10th of September at Pragati Maidan, which is again very important for India to test our incredibility to the world. Wherein again, there are a lot of discussions going on about the thought processes which will be shared, but again, amongst them, youth is becoming the most integral part and which is contributing significantly to our economy. Coming to the theme of today, for me, this word inclusive education and equitable education is something which is a big word to define till my life, because in India, when we look at this 130 crore of population, inclusive education for a country like India is like a mission. It's a mission for education for all, and different agencies put together are working day and night to make it a point that inclusive education is available to each and every child in all possible ways. Institutions, NGOs, new education policy, special schools are putting up their heart and soul to make it a point that every student, every child is getting education, nobody is deprived of it. And this new education policy, which is again at present a sort of draft, has put up a lot of guidelines and clubbed various different inequalities in a way, and have renamed the things like socio-economic disadvantaged group is one group which has been named to make it a point that how are we going to give education to all these kind of different groups in one or the other way. Various things have been placed, instrumental, to make it a point that each and every child is getting education and nobody is deprived. Dear students, look at the remote areas, remote and the remotest areas of the country wherein it is a big challenge to get these children under the preview of education. Parents have got different attitudes. They don't want their child to go to school at times. Government has come up with various policies ranging from Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan to Samagr to Nishtha, and lot many policies which are already in force. And this new education policy is again an extension and amalgamation of all the policies which were in force. And I believe that with the introduction of this NEP, the things will take place at a much rapid pace. And one of the important aspects which has come up in this policy, as a student of management, you must be aware about special economic zones. I would like to understand, to know from the students, what are SEZs? Have you heard about this term, students? Special economic zones. Special economic zones in the sense, whereby government decided that we want to create some territories from where only exports will be done, 100% exports. To pick up, to boost the exports, this was one of the mission of the government. And as you know that nothing grows in a day or two, it takes a lot of time. And for SEZ also, there were different acts, SEZ 2000, 2005. And today, SEZs are contributing significantly to our exports, in addition to the MSME sectors, micro, small, medium enterprises. MSME contributes about 45 to 50% of exports. And SEZs are also adding a lot of exports. Same way the government has tried to come up with special education zones. Dear all, these SE zones will help to the remotest people. The government is planning to open up schools in these remote areas wherein the students, socio-economic background people, the students having some sort of disabilities will be taken care of. A lot of funds government has earmarked for these kind of SEZ, again, special education groups. So we are looking forward to this policy in a positive way. And when I look at this concept of inclusive education, there are good number of NGOs who are significantly contributing, adding a lot of value by getting the children to the schools, giving certain incentives to their families, sometimes to the parents, sometimes to the children, come to the school, get the benefit of education. Gender-wise, the differences are reducing. These NGOs are also helping girl child to come to schools in some or the other ways. And The students under special needs, there are certain provisions which have been formulated by this policy. But, the point is, considering India to be a large economy, this inclusive education, as I said, is going to be a mission. And it is only possible uh, as a process it is being taken up. When it comes to inclusive education, it talks about being human, being a good citizen, supporting this mission of the government in all possible ways so that society norms could be handled more skillfully, tactfully, making this journey possible. But to my mind, it's a beginning of the government. And I also salute all the NGOs, the teachers over here, the institution, the vision of the chairman, sir, Madam Dr. Sandhya, who is contributing significantly to these schools, to the children, making their dreams come true. So, dear all, considering that this inclusive education and equitable, although at times a lot of questions comes to my mind, whether India is actually offering 100% inclusive education, how much time will it take, journey will it take. But as I said that we are very large economy. More than 40, 50 countries could be a part of India. That is the size of the economy. And hence there is no reason to pose a question on such a large economy because every individual, every organization, every institution, NGO, the schools, institutions, faculty members are contributing. It is a macro issue, macro problem. Microeconomically, everybody is contributing. And slowly and gradually, I believe that over a period of time, we will be able to make it a inclusive, education will be a big success in the country. Different provisions have been decided for the children of special needs. Different NGOs are coming up for visually impaired children. And I was going through some of the NGOs who are providing Mohalla education. Good number of NGOs have taken this responsibility, shouldered this responsibility to make it a point that education, quality education is provided to each and every children. Every child has a different way of learning and special educators are also trained and government is earmarking a lot of funds to make it a point that the schools are having special educators. To my mind, there has to be a synchronization, integration, collaboration between the schools of special education, and we have to think in a way that how these students can be brought into mainstream, which is again a big food for thought. A special educator who is with the students can better tell, and based on the learning styles of the student, the students can be recommended for mainstream. Although NEP has given clear-cut guidelines that earlier RTE was there, some other acts were there, but still this, as I said, inclusive education is a mission, and I'm sure that with the vision of the institution, faculty, each and every individual, we will be able to make it a big success over a period of time. With this note, I thank each one of you and to the family of Tecnia and Ashtavakra Institute for having invited me over here. Thank you so very much. Jai Hind.
Now we have with us Professor Dr. Yamini Agarwal ji. She's a director from Bharati Vidyapeeth, Deemed University, Institute of Management and Research, and former Professor of Finance and Dean, Research, again from Indian Institute of Finance. She's a former director, IIF Business School. She's also the associate editor for Finance India, the quarterly, that is Quarterly Journal of Finance. She has done her PhD from IIT Delhi, and she is awarded with Women in Education Leadership Award for 2017 and she's a best professor in financial management institute. That is, she has been awarded for that in 2015 also. So that's a wonderful, remarkable one. Can we have a round of applause that we have such a good, that is, accommodations with us? And I would like to also bring into the notice that she has given more than 112 television interviews as an expert. So itself is a tremendous, and she has 142, that is interviews with All India Radio also. She has presented and reviewed the books for more than 65 books she has, and seminars and conferences that she has chaired, that is 17. And she is, her all the papers, they have been admired and that is appreciated by several prominent professors of finance globally. So wonderful, that is experience that she has. Ma'am, we welcome you to the Ashtavakra Institute, and I would like that you should share your views with us. Can we have a round of applause for ma'am, please?
Students and faculty colleagues, a very warm good morning to all of you. It is a pleasure for me to be here amongst all of you. I think the topic which they have chosen is something to congratulate them in a step forward towards inclusivity and the care that they have taken for special needs students. The topic itself is very, very thought-provoking, which is changing dynamics and transformation in the field of special education in the context of new education policy. I think we all, being a part and parcel of an educational institution, recognize the need of education. We recognize that it does bring a secure livelihood. It does secure our future and growth. Well, why should everybody not have the opportunity of having education? And this is the key which is being attempted at through inclusive education. When we talk about inclusivity, I think we talk about making everybody a part of it. Whether it is the poor, whether it is the marginalized, whether it is the SC, ST, OBC, or the disabled or the differently abled people, become a part and parcel of the education system so that they can benefit from the education system in living a more secure and a fruitful life. Education does not only get you a job, but it tells you as to how do you think, how do you bring about your perspective, how do you understand about it. And I think when we talk about inclusivity and when we try to involve everybody, we are trying to seek an equal opportunity for everyone. We understand that a lot of times issues of accessibility, acceptability, adaptability comes in the education system. There are necessary amount of efforts that need to be taken care for the students who are differently abled or have special needs. We as normal people may find it easy to go to the classrooms, run out of the classrooms, understand and go through the normal learning processes. But people who are differently abled may not find it easy to be a part and parcel of the regular education system. Most of the outcomes that we really hear from in terms of education usually are in the form of examinations and the assessments that look through the outcomes that are there in terms of the job prospects or the others. Well, learning outcomes need to be redefined, need to be re-understood in terms of the people who are taking the education. And for that, it is very important that there is a specific policy in this regard. There is a specific policy that provides for individual potential capital, which creates a capacity for understanding the needs of the people who are differently abled or have special needs. Also, at the same time, we need to develop and ensure organizational capabilities and capacities that ensure that they give equal footing, whether it is in terms of admissions, whether it is in terms of learning, whether it is in terms of assessment, or it is in terms of the day-to-day affairs that they operate for all the individuals who are studying in their institution. I think we also need to ensure that the government provides the specific policy framework which enriches most of the abilities of the educators and the institutions to reach out to these people. A lot of times we will feel that people have not been educated or there are high dropout rates among either differently abled or the poor or the marginalized people. because they do not have access to resources. But these access of resources can be provided to them if there is a specific provision in the policies and the frameworks that are there. I think when we talk about the NEP, it is quite a game changer for all of us in education. You have seen a lot of changes that have been coming in. Let's say when we talk about this government, it has been first of all focusing on something called Sugam Bharat, an accessible Bharat. So when you talk about low floor buses, or you talk about handicapped toilets, or you talk about Braille being used in ATMs, or you're talking about, the sign languages to be taught to people and to actually educate special educators. These are all a part of accessibility India. And this doesn't come in the NEP framework, but does come in the overall government policy. But what does provide in the NEP framework are very different aspects. Let's say, for example, there are people who study in their native languages, who learn in their native languages and are not able to access education because it's officially told in English, or it is in languages which are not understandable directly by them because they don't have the right resources. A lot of people would like to study in their native languages engineering, medical, or any other sciences or any other arts or commerce. But they are not given an opportunity because books are not available. Institutions' medium of language is not there. As a part of the NEP framework, Indian languages are being taught to people. Indian languages has become one of the frameworks for integration of the economy. There are books that are being translated and the works are being translated in the native languages. Also, native language literature is being translated in other languages so people can become more aware of them. Today, very beautifully, the special children came here and sung the national anthem. A very beautiful step in most of you to understand that what is acceptability. How do you appreciate them? You applauded them in their language. And this acceptability is the first step in bringing about a reform in the education system through you. India is a young country has the highest youth population. And it is the youth who will be the drivers of change. It will be the educational institutions right from school, colleges to higher educations that will reach out to everyone and each one by providing access to education. We always talk about right to education. We also talk about right in education and right through education. These are three rights which the very fact when you talk about the changing dynamics of education, especially for specially able or special needs students, comes into play. I think most of these steps in the NEP, whether it is multi-entry, multi-exit, also ensures that there is a certain amount of privilege that people who are not able to complete the courses are given while they are completing the courses. Let's say, for example, somebody is only able to do 1 year course. He'll be given a certificate. A 2-year program, a diploma. A 3-year program, a degree. As well as a 4-year program can go for research. These are small things, but these multi-entry and exit points ensures that people get the best education and are able to even proceed in life or even create value for themselves when there is a certain amount of a dropout rate over there. I think given the framework of the transformations that we are enabling through the policy frameworks or through the organizational setups or through other systems, we do understand that a lot has been done and a lot needs to be done in all steps. And one of these steps that this educational institution, Ashtavakra Institute of Rehabilitation Sciences and Research, has definitely taken, besides its ongoing works, is organizing this seminar and bringing together, very enlightened educators who drive changes in India. So I once again thank the institution and congratulate all the organizers for organizing this conference. Thank you so much.
Now we have with us Dr. C.B. Mishra ji. He's a Director Principal of Prudence Group of Schools. He's awarded with Delhi State Government Award he has been given. He's been, that is, CBSE Mentor and Academic Committee member. He's the founder, secretary of Indraprastha School, Sahodya, executive member of Action Committee of Unaided Recognized Private Schools, academic committee member of Bharati Vidyapeeth University, academic committee member of Shads University, and life member of AIMA, life member of GAP, that is research unit also. So warm welcome to you. Can we have a round of applause for sir?
I welcome all the gathering, welcome all the dignitaries on the dais. Listen friends, being you are going to be a teacher in school, teachers are the guru basically. And for becoming the guru, and you are the special teachers, be it in the special line. So you are going to deal with a certain area that is one of the important part. And that inclusive education always says the child should be sit in the normal classroom. If you're not concentrating on your own things and thoughts, if you do not have your own design of thoughts, how you are going to create the path of all these things? I think these all are students from B.Ed college. So from the B.Ed college, basically the challenge is that you are not going to create the job for them. You are not getting the job for yourself also. You are the future to generate the job for the future generation also, and for yourself also. And for creating the job, anybody can define what is the purpose of education. Can you define the education definition? Anyone? From the audience, anyone can tell me what is the education? No one? What is education? Why the four walls is required? All are shy or not want to give the reply. Education is not a process of teaching basically. Education is pure process of learning. What I said? Pure process of learning. Say it loudly. So if the education is a pure process of learning, remove L. What is left? So it's a pure process of learning. That's the new education policy says. What you are giving the degree or certification from any board, that is not having the value. Value that what skills you have developed. The 21st century skills we are forcing, making the part of the curriculum. So what skills you are making? And skills is what? The student knowledge. S for student. K for knowledge, I for initiative, L for your loyalty of your thoughts, steps, and L is what? Leadership skills. So when you are going to develop the, you can say initiative part, if you do not have the initiative to develop the skills basically among the students, so you cannot create accept the challenges also, you cannot create a child for the future of India. We are celebrating the G20, we are celebrating our 75 Independence Day also, we had celebrated so many festivals also. We are, you can say, golden era also in the education. But right now also we are on the same track. So for that purpose, that is one of the important part, that you are always think that you are always learner instead of giving something. Because whatever you are getting the knowledge in the classroom, as a B.Ed student, you're not going to spread that knowledge to the students basically. These all are the learning processes. You are just like a small software where you require every time updation. Okay? So is this updation if you're not doing? Same thing NEP is also saying the thing. NEP is nothing changed basically. Whatever it is earlier, it is right now the same thing. Only the thing is that how you are changing your pedagogy. The syllabus is same, curriculum is same, how you are using the pedagogy, what methodology you are using, what pedagogy you are going to create to develop the education ability among the students. to create the thoughts of design among the students, to create the future of India, what type of startups they are going to start, what type of thoughts they are going to start, what type of the new ideas are there. That is the most important part. So telling the ABCD or some trigonometric function or whatever the Hindi formulas, Hindi shlokas are there, Sanskrit shlokas are there, that is one of the part of the bookish language. So how the book language you are going to use in your daily life, that is more important part. In less than 100 pages of this new education policy, because I am the master part of this new education policy in the school part, and I am the master trainer in the CBSE also. I have taken so many workshops, India and abroad. What I find out that teachers are always focusing on the subjectivity of the subject. Please come out from the subjectivity of the subject. Whatever the subject you are taking, that subject doesn't matter if the skills are not in that subject. Subject will be useful only when you have the subjectivity skills in your that thing. And that is one of the important part. In this Ashtavakra, do you know what the meaning of Ashtavakra? Anybody? You find out, first of all, you Google it, and that is one of the important part. This same says the national anthem, you can say performed by this special child, that is one of the important part. But how this national anthem is understood by the other people, that is another part. So this is the two areas basically. Being a commerce faculty, if I am taking the commerce stream is very well, science, physics, chemistry is a physics, chemistry, whatever the subject, that is one area. How that this area you are going to use in your life, that is more important. NEP totally says that try to create your own jobs. Don't try to search the jobs. Jobs are to be created, not to opted, you can say. So after getting this BA degree, you cannot become the teacher if you do not have the skills, basically. Skills, that is one of the important part. That is the 21st century skill. Whether you have the learning skills, whether you have the literacy skills, whether you have the life skills in your life, in your curriculum, whether you are able to adopt the technology in that way, that is more important part. As Gira sir said and the madam from Bharati Vidyapits, she always, she tell about, and sir is also tells about the, you can say mainly that focus was, I can say, sustainable development goals is there, G20, export, import and all these things. These are one of the area basically. How many students are after doing the B.Ed start their own venture? How many students they have their own YouTube channels? How you have the smartphone with you? How many having the smartphone? Raise your hands. Okay, not raising hands. Kindly open your flashlights. Show me. How many have the smartphones? Open your flashlights. Only this one? Everyone? No? Not getting so much? So this flashlight shows what? Light of what? वीडियो बनाने का काम आवेगा, लेकिन इसको काम लाने के लिए वीडियो बनाने कहाँ किसके लिए, that is more important. Thank you. This smartphone you are carrying, it is one of the encyclopedia. How you are using this smartphone, that is one of the important part. And that's the new education policy is saying. This smartphone, the technology, the information. If you want to give any type of information, you can get it from the Google also. Now the Google chat is also there, that you can get everything from that Google. So being a teacher, when you become the teacher, when you're going to the classroom, try to connect with the child, to develop, to create, to learn from the child, the freshness of the thoughts, the thought process of the thought, which is new thoughts you can say. Or when I enter in the classroom, nursery classrooms, I always get a new thought. Every year we are taking the classes, but how I am updating myself, that is more important. In my days, basically, we do not have the computers. Now, without computers, we cannot survive. So, updating is one of the important part. That is one of the important things. And the new education policy is saying the same thing. So, instead of taking not so much of time, this is the good time for giving me saying all these things. And I hope that you will enjoy the session. Being a beard, kindly listen to all the dignitaries, because you can be selected in any one of the organization, not with your beard degree, but only how you are using this beard degree in your daily life, from I converting into you, then converting into the we. So how you are converting this beard degree into the we means the whole universe, then it will be more successful. Thank you. Jai Hind.
On behalf of Ashtavakra Institute, sir, I request Chairperson Bindal Bam to kindly come up and facilitate doctors, that is Sanjay, sir.
ये 3 दिन का जो सेमिनार है, नेशनल सेमिनार ऑन स्पेशल एजुकेशन में, मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता। मैं खुद भी एमएड कर रखा हूँ सीआई, सेंट्रल इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ एजुकेशन में, डीयू से, दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय से एमएड कर रखा हूँ। और मुझे बड़े बड़े देश के एमिनेंट एजुकेशनिस्ट लाइक प्रोफेसर अनिल सदगोपाल, जिन्होंने बीएलएड का पूरा स्ट्रक्चर किया था, बीएलएड कोर्सेज का, प्रोफेसर कृष्ण कुमार, प्रोफेसर के जैन, इन सब के साथ मुझे काम करने का मौका मिला है। तो मैं इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ मैं यहीं ख़त्म करता हूं अपना, और मैं आशा करता हूं आप लोग को इस 3 दिन के सेमिनार में बड़े बड़े जो एजुकेशनिस्ट हैं, डिफरेंट फील्ड के अपने एक्सपीरियंस शेयर करेंगे, और आप लोग को बहुत सारी नॉलेज किताबों से हटके जो लेक्चर्स होते हैं, सेमिनार होते हैं, इनसे हमें मिलती है, जो कि अनमोल होता है, उन किताबों में नहीं मिलता। इनके एक्सपीरियंस, बड़े बड़े जो एमिनेंट जो एजुकेशनिस्ट हैं, स्पीकर्स हैं, इनसे बहुत सारी नॉलेज आपको मिलेगा। तो पूरा कंसंट्रेट होके इनके रिसोर्सेज को, इनके जो भी इनके एक्सपीरियंस है, उनसे आप ग्रहण कीजिए, उनको एब्जॉर्ब कीजिए, और मुझे उम्मीद है कि आप लोग काफ़ी इससे फ़ायदा मिलेगा, और आप लोग एक अच्छे एजुकेशनिस्ट निकल के आएंगे, और फ्यूचर में जॉब लेने में भी आप लोग को काफ़ी मदद मिलेगी। थैंक यू सर।
जितने भी हमारे बच्चे ट्रेनिंग कर रहे होते हैं, ये स्पेशली हमें बहुत हेल्पिंग हैंड, जब इन इंक्लूसिव की बात करते हैं तो सर अपने पास बुला के हमारे स्पेशल बच्चों को और हमारे जो ट्रेनर्स हैं उनको बुला के ट्रेनिंग दिलाते हैं। सर कहते हैं मेरे पास भेज दीजिए मैम, कोई बात नहीं है। सोशल वेलफेयर डिपार्टमेंट में एचआर डिपार्टमेंट वहाँ चल रहा है, तो वो कहते हैं कि मैडम कोई बात नहीं है, आप भेजिए, मैं सौरभ को ट्रेन करूँगा। सो दैट्स अ काइंड ऑफ थिंग दैट वी आर गेटिंग फ्रॉम द सोशल वेलफेयर डिपार्टमेंट, और यही एक मेरे ख्याल से हमारा एक संबंध बन गया है जो स्पेशल एजुकेशन से है। सो विदाउट हेजिटेशन हमारे बीच में कोलैबोरेशन है। और जब भी मैं हम सुबह मॉर्निंग में जो डायस पे बैठे रहे हमारे मेहमान हैं, सभी से बात कर रहे थे, तो एवरीबडी सो ओपन टू गिव अस, कि वो कहते हैं खुल के, नहीं हम यहाँ पे हेल्प कर सकते हैं, यहाँ कर सकते हैं। तो दैट इज़ द थिंग दैट वी रिक्वायर इन टुडेज सिनेरियो, दैट इज़ इंक्लूसिवनेस ऑफ एवरीथिंग, जो कि प्रोफेसर यामिनी मैम जी ने बोला, सुगम भारत को बनाने के लिए हमें कुछ पॉलिसीज़ में है नहीं, वहाँ पे मेंशन नहीं है, लेकिन हम वर्कआउट कर सकते हैं उसके लिए भी। सो थैंक यू सो मच सर, थैंक यू। And now we have very renowned, that is guest with us. That is Dr. Anthony Raju. He is an advocate of Supreme Court of India and a dynamic, dedicated, internationally known human rights activist, peace ambassador and social worker, inspirational speaker, and one of the India's foremost voices of human rights. Dr. Anthony Raju, who is an international reputed peace builder, human rights defender, diplomat, and eminent social reformer and activist, environmentalist, educator, human rights and constitutional rights activist, motivator, change maker, teacher trainer, disaster management expert, panel arbitrator in national and international level, legal aid expert, accommodation, humanitarian work expert, etc. So Dr. Anthony Rajuji is also a global chairman of All India Council of Human Rights, Liberties and Social Justice, and ex-officio chairman of various committees. So we welcome you, sir.
This special word is very, very close to my heart. चाहे हम स्पेशल एजुकेशन की बात करते हो जनरल राजन, चाहे हम स्पेशल लोगों की बात करते हो, बट मैं आपको यकीन दिलाना चाहता हूं कि जो स्पेशल लोग होते हैं, दे आर द गॉड गिफ्ट, दे आर द गॉड गिफ्ट। और हमें इनको बहुत इज्जत से देखना चाहिए। हमारा नजरिया इनकी तरफ बहुत अच्छा होना चाहिए। तहे दिल से मैं शुक्रगुजार हूं डॉक्टर संजना, डॉक्टर मूर्ति और मैनेजमेंट का कि आज इस नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस में मुझे आने का मौका दिया। मैं इस काबिल नहीं हूं, बट आज इसको हम कॉन्फ्रेंस ना कह के अगर हम चर्चा कहें तो बहुत अच्छा लगेगा। स्टूडेंट्स, मुझे नहीं मालूम कि आप लोगों की इन्वॉल्वमेंट है सोशल वर्क में। मैं जानना चाहता हूं आप लोगों से कि आप लोग इतनी वेल टू डू फैमिली से हैं एंड डूइंग एक्सीलेंट एजुकेशन एज वेल। आप लोग कितने लोग ऐसे हैं जो गरीब बच्चों को पढ़ाते हैं? प्लीज कोई वो लाइट वाइट जला के दिखाएगा मुझे कोई इसमें से? कितने बच्चे हैं जो स्ट्रीट चिल्ड्रन को पढ़ाते हैं? प्लीज एक बंदा तो रेज करो यार, कोई हाथ तो रेज करो। एनीवे, मैं आप लोगों को ये बताना चाहता हूं कि ऑल इंडिया काउंसिल ऑफ ह्यूमन राइट्स, मैं बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट बात करूं आप लोगों से कि ऑल इंडिया काउंसिल ऑफ ह्यूमन राइट्स 140 कंट्री में काम करती है विद द यूनाइटेड नेशन कंसल्टेटिव स्टेटस। जनरल राजन बैठे हैं, वाइस चेयरमैन है उस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के, और फोकस होता है कि कैसे बच्चों को एजुकेट करें। डॉक्टर संजना ऑल इंडिया काउंसिल ऑफ ह्यूमन राइट, लिबर्टीज एंड सोशल जस्टिस के जितने भी वॉलंटियर्स हैं, इवन यू सी IAS, IPS, मेजर जनरल, लेफ्टिनेंट जनरल, दे आर द पार्ट ऑफ द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन। इवन दलाई लामा इज द पैट्रन ऑफ द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन। एंड जितने भी हमारे वॉलंटियर्स हैं उनको हम लोग कहते हैं कि प्लीज यार आप लोग थोड़ा सा वक्त निकाल के अपने सराउंडिंग एरिया के बच्चे जो उनको पढ़ाइए। सरकार क्या करती है, गवर्नमेंट क्या कर रही है, आई एम नॉट कंसर्न अबाउट इट। माई ओनली कंसर्न दैट व्हाट इज द यूज ऑफ अवर लाइफ। हम किस लिए आए इस दुनिया के अंदर? सी, देयर इज ए रीजन टू बी लिव इन दिस वर्ल्ड। हमारे जीवन का एक मकसद होना चाहिए, हमारे जीवन का एक लक्ष्य होना चाहिए। और आज दो चीज में मैं आपको जरूर एक डिफरेंस बताना चाहूंगा, द कंफर्ट एंड द संस्कार। हम लोग कंफर्ट जोन में रहते हैं, मोबाइल हैं, एप्पल मोबाइल हैं, एप्पल लैपटॉप है, एंजॉयिंग अवर लाइफ। और संस्कार, अब संस्कार से मैं आपको एक चीज बताता हूं कि अगर मैं अपने बेटा बेटी को वो मोबाइल की अगर डिमांड करता है, प्लीज लिसन वेरी केयरफुली।
Students, can we have silence?
लिसन
At the
वेरी
back.
केयरफुली, ये बहुत काम आएगा आपकी लाइफ में। कि अगर मैं अपने बेटा बेटी को वो अगर मुझसे मोबाइल की डिमांड करता है और मैं अगर उसको मोबाइल नहीं देता हूं, सी आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू गिव द मोबाइल, तो वो क्या करेगा? 1 घंटा रोएगा, 2 घंटा रोएगा, 1 दिन रोएगा, 1 हफ्ता रोएगा। बट अगर अच्छे संस्कार नहीं दिए तो क्या होगा? वो सारी उम्र रोएगा, और वही नहीं रोएगा, उसका पूरा परिवार रोएगा। तो मैं ज्यादा टाइम नहीं लूंगा एजुकेशन पॉलिसी पे, क्योंकि जितने भी हमारे डिग्निटरीज बैठे हैं इन्होंने काफी कुछ कहा है, उसको मैं रिपीट नहीं करना चाहूंगा। प्लीज आप अपने जहन में उसको उतारिए। और मैं आपसे सिर्फ इसलिए आया हूं आज यहां पे, आज 2 कॉन्फ्रेंस थी जनरल राजन, बट मैंने कहा दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर मी। मैं सिर्फ आप लोग से इसलिए आया हूं, एक रिक्वेस्ट करने आया हूं कि प्लीज आप मुझे आज ये वचन दीजिए कि आप लोग वक्त निकाल के गरीब बच्चों को पढ़ाएंगे। प्लीज 1 या 2 बच्चे यार हफ्ते में एक बार पढ़ाओ बच्चों को बैठ के। ये पूरा हिंदुस्तान पढ़ जाएगा, पूरा हिंदुस्तान पढ़ जाएगा। और हमारे देश की प्रीत जो है वो रीत है, हमारे देश की प्रीत जो है वो रीत है। और 2 शब्दों में बहुत अच्छा, आज से 50 साल पहले किसने लिखा था कि है प्रीत जहां की रीत सदा, है प्रीत जहां की रीत सदा, मैं गीत वहां के गाता हूं, भारत का रहने वाला हूं, भारत की बात सुनाता हूं। जय हिंद, जय भारत।
Now we have with us, that is Dr. Monica Mehrotra also. She is currently working as a professor at Tecnia Institute of Advanced Studies in the Department of Management Sciences, Delhi. She has done her PhD in economics from University of Allahabad and MBA with specialization in operational management. I request, ma'am, you have your versatile experience, so say few words and motivate our students in this conference.
So my first motto is that the new education policy means planning. Policy means planning. आपने कभी देखा है घर में खूब सारी मटर, हरी मटर चल रही है ना, तो मदर जो होती है जब बच्चे घर से चले जाते हैं, स्कूल चले जाते हैं, तब वो मटर को ओपन कर करके छील के रखती है, क्योंकि उन्हें पता है जैसे बच्चे आ जाएंगे तो छिलका ज़्यादा हो जाएगा और मटर क्या करते हैं आप, खा जाते हैं। तो मदर की ये प्लानिंग है कि कौन सा काम कब करना है। तो whenever government is making policy, planning, we are doing planning for the work which is very important for the life of the persons. So shall we are doing planning for our life? Shall we are attending any workshop, any conference, any seminars for only seeking of certificate, or we are getting something? If we are registering ourselves as a teacher that हमारा API बढ़ जाएगा, और if we are registering our as a student कि हमें मैम डांटेंगी नहीं करेंगे, purpose will not going to solve. Purpose. Okay, today is 14th Feb. Ready ourselves? No, I'm just. आज 14 फरवरी है तो खुद को तैयार कर लो, क्योंकि आज कौन सा डे है? तो भैया 16 तारीख भी अपनी है, 17 तारीख भी अपनी है, तो आज कॉन्फ्रेंस है, तो क्यों ना खुद को ऐसा रेडी करके आए कि लगे कहीं जा रहे हैं। फर्स्ट स्टार्ट लविंग योरसेल्फ. If you cannot love yourself, you cannot love others. शीशा देखो, लगना चाहिए, वाह क्या लग रही है। फटी फटी जीन्स पहन के चले आ रहे, लग रहा है हम बहुत सुंदर लग रहे हैं, आने जाने वाले देख रहे हैं। हाँ, किसी ने सोचा गिर गई थी, मैं तो सोचती हूँ शायद कहीं और से ले लिया है जहाँ 100 रुपए वाली मिलती है। हम वो पहनना चाहते हैं जो दूसरे को अच्छा लगता है, हम वो क्यों नहीं पहनते जो हमें अच्छा लगता है। सोचने दो जिसको जो भी सोचता है। सानुकी फर्क पहनता है। एजुकेशन is giving us the wisdom, the knowledge, what is right and what is wrong. For me, if I am not able to understand this thing is good for me, how I can teach my student that that is good for you? यानी पहला कर्तव्य खुद के लिए, जो भी करो खुद के लिए करो, स्वार्थी बन जाओ, और जब आप फिल अप हो जाना तब कहना नाउ इट्स अ टास्क for giving my knowledge, my wisdom to all. Social work will only come जब हम दिल से सोचेंगे, दिमाग से नहीं सोचेंगे। जब हमें लगेगा कि ये जन्म हुआ किस अर्थ अहो, समझो जिसमें ये व्यर्थ न हो, और कुछ तो सदुपयोग करो तन को, न रहो न निराश करो मन को। ठीक है? Education policies are giving us the opportunity to think that we cannot able to make ourselves as a job seeker. We should make ourselves as a job maker or a giver. Right? Very nicely. इसीलिए स्किल को जोड़ने की बात कही गई, इसीलिए स्किल इंडिया को जोड़ने की बात की गई, इसीलिए न्यू एजुकेशन में पॉलिसी में है कि आपको एरिया स्पेसिफिक होना पड़ेगा, इलेक्टिव्स लेने पड़ेंगे जो हमें अच्छा लगता है, जिसमें हम फील करते हैं यस दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर आवरसेल्फ। स्पेशल चाइल्ड की बात हो रही है, मैंने मित्तल मैम को खुद कहा था, मैंने कहा मैम आई लव चाइल्ड, आई लव चिल्ड्रंस एंड यू पीपल आर डूइंग वेरी गुड जॉब, बिकॉज आप उन्हें पढ़ा रहे हो, उनके लिए काम कर रहे हो जिनके माता पिता भी हार गए हैं। आप उनके लिए मेहनत कर रहे हो, उनको पढ़ाने के लिए आप दिन रात जुटे हुए हो, नई नई टेक्निक सीख रहे हो, जिनको समाज ने अलग कैटेगरी रख दिया है, जिनको समाज ने अलग तरीके से सोचना शुरू कर दिया। यू पीपल आर वेरी वेरी स्पेशल फॉर अस, यू पीपल आर वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर द सोसाइटी। Always feel proud that God, universe has given us the beautiful life. And जब भी आंखें बंद हो तो ये मन में सोचो, आहा, what a wonderful life I have lived. Thank you God for giving me this beautiful life. Thank you so much. God bless you. Jai Hind to all. And thank you so much ma'am for inviting me here. Thank you so much.
Now, I would like to call our Dr. J.C. Gupta sir over here to give us a little, that is objective. No introduction is required in his. We have versatile experience and more than 50 years we could say he has the experience in this, that is rehabilitation field. So welcome you and I would hand over this mic to you sir.
ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन की बात हो रही है, तो पहला ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन जो न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी में किया, आज तक भारतवर्ष में बहुत सारी पॉलिसीज बनी, बहुत सारे लॉज बने, मगर टाइम फ्रेम कहीं नहीं आया। एक्ट 1995 देख लीजिए, 2016 देख लीजिए, एजुकेशन एक्ट 2009 देख लीजिए, कहीं भी टाइमलाइन नहीं है। एजुकेशन पॉलिसी कहती है कि वी विल अचीव द टारगेट्स बाय 2030। यहाँ एक टाइमलाइन दी गई, ये एक बहुत बड़ा ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन है। दूसरी बात क्या है कि पहले जितनी भी पॉलिसीज आई, जितनी भी लॉज आए, वहां पर प्री स्कूल एजुकेशन की बात कभी नहीं की गई। ये पहली पॉलिसी आई है जहां पर हमने 3 से 6 साल तक के बच्चों की शिक्षा के बारे में सोचा, वो चाहे प्री स्कूल में हो, चाहे आंगनवाड़ी में हो, जहां पर भी हो, मगर उसके बारे में सोचा गया। और जब हम बच्चों की बात करते हैं तो चिल्ड्रन विद स्पेशल नीड या चिल्ड्रन विद डिसेबिलिटीज आर चिल्ड्रन फर्स्ट, देन एनीथिंग एल्स। तो जब बच्चों की बात करते हैं उसमें बच्चे सभी शामिल होते हैं, चाहे वो किसी भी प्रकार के हों। तीसरी बात जो की गई कि बेंचमार्क डिसेबिलिटी वाले जो बच्चे हैं वो तो जाकर के सामान्य विद्यालय में पढ़ सकते हैं, मगर चिल्ड्रन विद स्पेशल नीड्स, हाई सपोर्ट चिल्ड्रन जो हैं, उनके लिए क्या किया जाए। तो उनके लिए होम बेस्ड ट्रेनिंग के लिए वहाँ पर न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी में एक प्रोविज़न किया गया है कि वहाँ पर जाकर के उनको कहा, तो ये तीसरा ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन हो गया। तो चौथा ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन था कि भाई मोड्स ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन, कहा कि 5वीं क्लास तक द प्राइमरी एजुकेशन शुड बी इन मदर टंग। बच्चा जहाँ है उसके घर के पास में होनी चाहिए। और ये रविंद्रनाथ की फिलॉसफी भी थी, महात्मा गांधी जी की भी फिलॉसफी थी कि द प्राइमरी एजुकेशन शुड बी क्लोज टू द हाउस एंड शुड बी इन द मदर टंग। तो उसने इसको रियलाइज़ किया, न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी ने उसको रियलाइज़ किया और वो वहाँ पर लेकर के आए। नाउ चिल्ड्रन विद हियरिंग इम्पेयरमेंट, वो अपने घर की सामान्य भाषा बोल समझ नहीं पाते हैं, तो उन्होंने कहा कि इसके लिए साइन लैंग्वेज का प्रोविज़न किया जाए, साइन लैंग्वेज, इंडियन साइन लैंग्वेज हमारे पास में है, इसका प्रचार प्रसार किया जाए। भारतवर्ष में अभी साइन लैंग्वेज को जो हमारे देश की 21 भाषाएं हैं उसमें शामिल करने का काम अभी बाकी है और शायद कुछ समय में हो जाएगा, मगर स्वीडन में, अमेरिका में साइन लैंग्वेजेस हैज़ बीन देयर लिस्टेड लैंग्वेजेस। वहाँ पर जो राजपत्रित भाषा जिनको हम कहते हैं, रिकग्नाइज लैंग्वेज कहते हैं, वहाँ पर वो लैंग्वेजेस हैं और जो कोई पढ़ना चाहता है वो उन भाषाओं को पढ़ सकता है। एंड यू कैन वर्क एज एन इंटरप्रेटर, आप इंटरप्रेटर के रूप में काम कर सकते हैं। स्किल के बारे में बात कर चुके हैं, उसके बारे में मैं बात नहीं करूँगा। तो सबसे बड़ी बात, समस्या कहाँ आती है? जो हमारी पॉलिसीज़ बनती हैं, जो एक्ट्स बनते हैं, वो एजुकेशन के बारे में या डिसेबिलिटी के बारे में, वो समस्या इसलिए आती है क्योंकि एजुकेशन एज पर आवर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन इज़ द स्टेट रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी। भारतवर्ष बहुत बढ़िया पॉलिसी बनाता है, करिकुलम फ्रेमवर्क 2005 बनाया, मगर उसको लागू करने के लिए स्टेट को अपना करिकुलम बनाना है, अपना तरीके से बनाना है। 2020 बना लॉ, बहुत बढ़िया लॉ बना, बिकॉज जो 2006 में UNCRPD आया, यूनाइटेड कन्वेंशन ऑन राइट्स ऑफ पर्सन विद डिसेबिलिटीज़, दैट इज़ ए लीगल ट्रीटी, और जिन्होंने उनको रेटिफाई किया उसको उसे लागू करना बहुत आवश्यक है। और भारत जो है वो वी साइन दी ट्रीटी ऑन द फर्स्ट डे व्हेन इट वाज ओपन फॉर साइनिंग। तो पहले दिन 83 कंट्रीज़ ने साइन किया था, उसमें भारतवर्ष भी एक था, और उसको हमने फिर रेटिफाई भी कर दिया। तो जो ये न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी है या RPD एक्ट है, ये अंडर द प्री ऑफ UNCRPD जो राइट बेस की बात कर रहे थे, यूनाइटेड नेशंस ने 1948 के अंदर राइट बेस हमारे ह्यूमन राइट्स के बारे में एक पूरी की पूरी लिस्ट दी हुई है, और वही राइट्स जो है हमारे चले आ रहे हैं। तो जहाँ जब डिसेबिलिटी की बात आती है या एजुकेशन की बात आती है तो वो इसकी स्टेट की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी हो जाती है। तो कुछ ऐसा होना चाहिए कि कुछ चीज़ें ऐसी होनी चाहिए जो कॉमन हो, जो केंद्र सरकार ने एक बार बना दिया वो इन टोटो लागू हो जाए। वो ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि भाई दिस इज़ एप्लीकेबल टू एवरीवेयर इन इंडिया एक्सेप्ट फॉर JNK, तो वो तो अब ख़त्म हो गया, काफ़ी हद तक ख़त्म हो गया कि भाई जो भी कानून बनता है वो सभी जगह पूरे भारतवर्ष में लागू होता है। तो एजुकेशन के बारे में या डिसेबिलिटीज़ के बारे में सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट शुड टेक ओवर, तभी हमारा जो एजुकेशन सिस्टम है वो आगे बढ़ सकता है। बाकी मैं ज़्यादा समय न लेते हुए यहीं पर एक बार पुनः धन्यवाद करना चाहूँगा। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Now, I would like to invite Dr. Sandhya Bindal ma'am ji to kindly speak few words, and she is the youngest that we could say in that is entire Tecnia group of institution with versatile experience in all the institutions.
First of all, this is my honor today to welcome our General Chief Guest, sir, to the institution, and all the dignitaries who are present on the dais for giving your special time and knowledge and inspiring words to our students. Sir, we all welcome you, and thank you, ma'am and sir, everyone. And today, I don't know about them, but I have learned a lot from you all, and I have noted it for my own learning that will become an earning. So please, a big round of applause for all the dignitaries on the dais. Without taking much of everyone's time, dear students, from the management, I would like to speak few things which I felt I should be very open. First of all, I don't like the backbenchers there. I'm observing you all from the very beginning. All the trainees, RCI trainees, no one is having pen and paper here. Oh, good. Few of them, folder is there. We are into a conference. We are into a charcha. We are into a learning zone today. Though every minute is a learning, but today is a special moment where the dignitaries are here to enlighten you for the better future. So dear students, from Tecnia, from Ashtavakra Institute, and from the management side, I would really like and appreciate if you take the efforts done by the team very seriously. This is the 10th national conference we are conducting today. And I'm so happy and I congratulate everyone that we all are a part of it. And we all are learning a lot, and we'll try our level best to incorporate all the changing dynamic transformations, everything into our life first, and then we will try to manage others' life much better. So the course you are doing here, it's for education, for yourself, that very well said by ma'am, the right to education, right transformations. So dear students, the right change and dynamic transformation start from within yourself. Please be serious. I can't see any seriousness in the students. I'm so sorry, I'm a very strict person, and Sanjana ma'am knows that. But dear students, please welcome you all where you are there. So try to focus on what you are getting, and I hope everyone's inspiring words must have made you learn a lot today. Thank you all my team members, Ashtavakra team, faculty members who are standing since then and focusing on and helping this national conference to become a great, great success. This is a 3 days program, and especially I would like to ask one, nobody knows the meaning of Ashtavakra here? So sir asked, I did not get an answer. So please know yourself, know where you are, know what you are doing, so that you can help yourself first and then others. And from today, we all are taking that challenge, making our neighborhood student for like study and making them helping to at least 1 or half an hour. Please, today learn this and help this yourself and others also. One more thing here I want to add. Feel yourself blessed. We are not in Turkey. Feel yourself blessed. We are not in Turkey. We are in our Bharat. So please, 1 minute, just think for those who have 10,000 people, small children, they have lost their life like anything. So please feel blessed to be with Sanjana ma'am, our team, all the dignitaries, and learn from every minute. Thank you.
And I know all the participants over there, they are waiting for to listen to our chief guest. But before this, I would like to tell brief about Sir Major General Ranjan Kocherji. He is VSM PhD, is a former MGA OC Central Command and presently Vice Chairman, National Council of News and Broadcasting. He is an alumnus of National Defense Academy, Defense Services, staff colleges, and colleges of defense management. He has commanded key logistic units of Indian Army, such as Commandment of Central Ordnance Depot and Divisional Ordnance Units of an Infantry and Rapid Divisions. He has done active service in operational area of Jammu and Kashmir and Northeast. He has also been an instructor at the College of Materials Management, Jabalpur, and AT camp to the Governor of Tamil Nadu, AQMG of an Infantry Division, and Colonel Q of the Corps. He holds a doctorate in Emotional Intelligence and is a certified NLP practitioner coach, and is a reputed expert on military logistics and supply chain management. He also holds postgraduate degree in MBA, that is Masters in Management Studies, and MSc in Defense Studies. He has been a Dean of Noida Institute of Engineering and Technology and is presently a member board of studies and faculty with them. He is a prolific writer and defense analyst and presently associated with Economic Times Government as a regular contributor to the articles on national security, defense, modernization, and geopolitics issue. His recent book, Breaking the Chinese Myth, is a bestseller on Amazon. General Kocher is a regular invitee as a defense expert commentator on various national TV channels. He is a distinguished member with Manohar Parrikar Institute of Defense Studies and Analysis, USI, Center for Joint Warfare Studies, and Society of Aerospace, Maritime, and Defense Studies, and as a senior advisor with Defense Research and Studies, PCRI and Indic Research Forum. He is also a director of Environmental and Consumer Protection Foundation of India. He is a recipient of Vishisht Seva Medal awarded by the President of India. He has also been awarded the Army Commander's Commendations twice. So big round of applause, and can we have a standing applause for sir?
Good afternoon to everybody. So there is a common bond between you and me. Life is a very challenging assignment for all of us. And you are stepping into a world which is not very supportive. It's a competitive world. आप जब निकलेंगे यहाँ से आपको महसूस होगा कि you are in a very sheltered environment here. 17 साल की उम्र में मैंने अपनी क्लास 11 के बाद नेशनल डिफेंस एकेडमी ज्वाइन की थी और 17 साल की उम्र से लेके 58 इयर्स तक 41 इयर्स तक मैं एक यूनिफॉर्म लाइफ में रहा हूँ. एंड आफ्टर 58 इयर्स आई स्टेप्ड इनटू दिस एरिया ऑफ एजुकेशन बिकॉज एजुकेशन वाज वेरी क्लोज टू माय हार्ट. इसलिए मैंने PhD भी किया और MBA भी किया और मास्टर्स ऑफ मैनेजमेंट स्टडीज़ एंड ऑल दैट आई डिड बिकॉज मैं रिटायरमेंट के बाद चाहता था कि मैं बच्चों के साथ जुड़ा रहूं और मैं अपना एक्सपीरियंस उनको शेयर करूं. I go to Delhi University, I'm invited to Kirodimal College, I go to a lot of business schools and universities, Amity, Gautam Buddha, Sharda, all these universities I visit. मेरा एक ही मकसद होता है बच्चों को एक उनका पैशन याद दिलाना उनको. बिकॉज जो भी आप आज यहाँ पे करेंगे अगर वो पैशन के साथ नहीं करेंगे तो आपको सक्सेस नहीं मिलेगा. सक्सेस की डेफिनेशन क्या होती है? हर एक आदमी के लिए सक्सेस की डेफिनेशन अलग होती है. देयर इज नो सिंगल डेफिनेशन फॉर सक्सेस बिकॉज यू हैव टू मेक योर ओन डेफिनेशन व्हाट यू थिंक इज एक्चुअल सक्सेस. किसी के लिए success may be a corporate job with a 5-figure or a 6-figure salary. किसी के लिए सक्सेस होता है कि वो एक कमिटमेंट के साथ अपनी लाइफ जिए और जो भी काम उसको करे उसमें उसको खुशी मिले. What is the point in traveling a journey to the top when there is no happiness in this travel? Because कई बार हम लोग दूसरों की नकल करने की कोशिश करते हैं. But the most important lesson आपको मैं जो बता सकता हूँ अपनी लाइफ का lesson is you should live a fulfilled life. Your competition is not with others, your competition is with yourself. जब आप एक गोल्फ की गेम खेलते हैं you are playing not against an opponent, you are playing for improving your strokes yourself. लाइफ का भी ये सेम फंडा है कि आप अपनी जिंदगी को अगर आप जीना चाहेंगे तो आप अपने लिए जिए. मोनिका मैम ने बहुत अच्छी तरीके से आपको समझाया उस चीज़ को. यू हैव टू लिव द लाइफ यू वांट टू लिव बिकॉज मोस्ट ऑफ अस आर नॉट डूइंग दैट एंड दैट इज व्हाई देयर इज स्ट्रेस, देयर इज अनहैप्पीनेस. और इस स्ट्रेस और अनहैप्पीनेस को दूर करने के लिए अपने माइंड में जो आज आप करना चाहते हैं यहाँ से निकलेंगे. Don't get carried away कि आपने B.Ed किया तो एजुकेशन में ही जाएंगे because some of the speakers also guided you on this. You don't get restricted by your education. It is important to decide because अभी ये आपके पास टाइम आ गया डिसाइड करने का कि आपको अपनी लाइफ में क्या करना है. और ये जो आपका डिसीजन होगा it will be based on your choice. Not on the choice of either your parents, your teachers, your friends, because ultimately it is you who have to live this life. And so there are 3-4 important secrets of life जो मैं आपको share कर सकता हूँ. Collect skills and not degrees, बिकॉज जो मैं देखता हूँ कई लोग मुझे भी बोलते हैं सर आपकी इतनी डिग्रीज हैं, दैट इज नॉट इम्पॉर्टेंट. Getting a PhD and B.Ed and M.Ed and whatnot is not important. But the most important is skill. अगर आपके पास वो हुनर होगा, वो स्किल होगा, जैसे हम फौज में बोलते हैं एक गोली एक दुश्मन, कैसे हासिल होती है वो? एक बुलेट पे हमने उसको लिख दिया कि ये उस दुश्मन के लिए है और वहीं पे लगनी चाहिए. तो मार्क्समैनशिप जो होती है वो ओवरनाइट नहीं आती है, प्रैक्टिस से आती है, ट्रेनिंग से आती है, रेपिटेटिव स्किल से आती है. देयर इज समथिंग नोन एज मसल मेमोरी. अभी इसके बारे में मैं आपको इसलिए बताना चाहता हूं बिकॉज इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर यू टू डेवलप दिस मसल मेमोरी. और मसल मेमोरी तभी आती है जब एक चीज आप उसको बार बार करते हैं. एक बार अगर आपने साइकिल सीख ली है और 10 साल के बाद अगर आप साइकिल करेंगे तो आप ऑटोमेटिकली वो साइकिलिंग कर पाएंगे, आपको दोबारा लर्न करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. सेम थिंग इज फॉर स्विमिंग. अगर आपको स्विमिंग आती है तो 10 साल के बाद ऑटोमेटिकली आएगी. तो आप ये इसको कैसे देखते, क्रिकेट के ग्राउंड में वहां पे विराट कोहली इज बैटिंग एंड Stuart Broad or somebody is bowling at 140 kilometers per hour. तो उसके पास एक या 2 सेकंड होते हैं, या वो फ्रंट फुट पे जाए या वो बैक फुट पे जाए. वो ये कैसे कर पाता है? इट इज बिकॉज ऑफ द मसल मेमोरी. तो जो आपने हासिल करना है अपनी जिंदगी में और जो स्किल आपने सीखना है उसको आपको अपनी मसल मेमोरी के थ्रू सीखना है. And that is through a repetition. वो चीज को अगर आप बार बार करेंगे, बार बार प्रैक्टिस करेंगे तो ultimately you are going to succeed. And for you today, when you apply, एक अगर आप इंटरव्यू के लिए जाते हैं, what is the most important part of preparation of an interview? आप बताइए, anyone? आपको क्या लगता है? I mean, anything you feel, एक इंटरव्यू की तैयारी के लिए सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट क्या चीज होनी चाहिए? हाँ, स्पीकिंग स्किल्स. मोनिका मैम ने तो बता दिया, ड्रेस अच्छा होना चाहिए, यू शुड लुक गुड एंड ऑल दैट. यस, नॉलेज. द फर्स्ट थिंग एक इंटरव्यूअर आपको देखेगा, ही विल सी द फर्स्ट थिंग इज योर बॉडी लैंग्वेज. Because your body language is very important. The way you walk, the way you dress, and the way you project yourself in the interview. जैसे ही आप डोर्स से अंदर आएंगे और निकलेंगे, वहां पे 3 लोग या 4 लोग उधर बैठे हैं टेबल पे, they are observing you. And the first thing, are you slouching like this, or you know? And if you lack in confidence, वो अपने आप ही आपकी बॉडी लैंग्वेज से सामने आएगा. सो फर्स्ट इंपॉर्टेंट लर्निंग इज कि आपको अपनी बॉडी लैंग्वेज को इंप्रूव करना है, बिकॉज दैट इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग. एज अ लीडर, लेट मी ऑल्सो टेल यू दैट nobody is born a leader. Leaders are made. So you have to make yourself a leader. You have to train yourself a leader. And for that you need skills. And one skill I will share with you today is your emotional intelligence skills. एक saying है अंग्रेजी की, IQ gets you hired and EQ gets you fired. इसका क्या मतलब होता है? Anybody? IQ gets you hired and EQ gets you fired. Means IQ से तो आपको जॉब मिल जाएगा, पर अगर EQ नहीं होगा तो वो जॉब नहीं, आप उसको सस्टेन नहीं कर पाएंगे उस जॉब में. That is the meaning. So it is extremely important for you to develop those EQ skills, for you to be successful in life. IQ is something you are born with. You cannot improve your IQ. Let me tell you that. अगर आप intelligent हो तो आप हो. बचपन से ही आप हो, क्लास में फर्स्ट आते रहोगे तो you have got a very high IQ. Your memory power is very good. But IQ is only 10% of success. Let me share with you, EQ is your 90% of success. So don't think कि अगर आप 45 या 50% marks लेके आते हो, you will not be successful in life. It's a wrong notion, let me tell you that. The marks will not take you anywhere in life. It's your emotional skills which will take you. And these emotional skills, because I have done my PhD in emotional intelligence, इसलिए मैं बता रहा हूँ, because इसके ऊपर मैंने काफी research भी किया है. These emotional skills will make you a great success, will make you very happy. And you can learn it, you can practice it, and you can improve it. आज अगर मेरा EQ level is 60%, I can assure you within 1 year I can make it 80%. It is not like IQ. So emotional skills के ऊपर आपका focus रहना चाहिए. एम्पैथी एक नाम की चीज होती है. दूसरों के ऊपर अगर आपको फीलिंग्स आती है या उसकी फीलिंग्स को अगर आप अंडरस्टैंड करते हैं, यू हैव टू बिल्ड इट अप, बिकॉज कई बार हम में फीलिंग्स नहीं होती है. एंड देयर इज अ वेबसाइट, अगर आप गूगल में EQ टेस्ट अगर आप टाइप अपना करेंगे और अगर एक क्वेश्चनर आएगा वहां पे, और अगर आप उसको आंसर करेंगे ट्रूथफुली, you will come to know your EQ. So you will exactly know where you stand today. अगर आपका EQ high है, you have absolute no worries to be successful in life because you already have it in you. But even if you don't have it in you and you come to know I don't have it in myself, you can improve it and you can come up to that level which will take you very far ahead. बिकॉज ये मेरे लाइफ का निचोड़ा मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ. 41 years एक चेटवुड मोटो है हमको. जब इंडियन मिलिट्री एकेडमी से हम पास आउट हुए थे एज यंग ऑफिसर्स, 21 years आई बिकेम ऑफिसर इन द इंडियन आर्मी. प्लीज रिमेंबर दिस मोटो ऑफ चेटवुड बिकॉज इट इज एप्लीकेबल टू यू इन योर लाइफ. द कंट्री, द ऑनर, वेलफेयर of my country comes first. The welfare comfort of my men come next, and my own comfort comes last. अगर आप इसको अपनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के साथ रिलेट करेंगे या कोई भी जॉब में आप जाएंगे और अगर उस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को आप नंबर 1 पेडेस्टल में रखेंगे, अपनी टीम को नंबर 2 पेडेस्टल में रखेंगे और अपने आप को थर्ड पेडेस्टल में रखेंगे, you will achieve success. It is a very simple mantra. Follow this mantra in life, you will never go wrong. Any organization or any boss will like you because he knows you are committed to that organization. Something like your deputy director is. I have actually seen her since morning. Very committed to the organization. So, second important aspect, I'll just speak for 2 more minutes. I think मैंने इसको ज़्यादा time ले लिया है. Second important aspect is you must have a role model in life, because most of us don't know how to select a role model. A role model is not Amitabh Bachchan or Sachin Tendulkar or anything like that. No. A role model in your life is what you aspire to be, and that person is that. He can be your elder brother, he can be your father, he can be your sister, he can be your teacher, or he can be somebody whom you think that you want to be like him. So it is very important to have a role model in your life, because जब तक आप अपना role model नहीं बनाएंगे जिंदगी में, आपको inspiration नहीं मिलेगा, आपको motivation नहीं मिलेगा. तो जिंदगी में रोल मॉडल रखना बहुत जरूरी है और उसको सेलेक्ट करना बहुत जरूरी है. एंड लास्टली अपने लाइफ का एक गोल रखिए. एक एक्रोनिम मैं आपको बताता हूं, याद हो जाएगा, उसका नाम है स्मार्ट. SMART. बिकॉज मोस्ट ऑफ अस एक्चुअली डोंट नो कि अपना गोल हमको कैसे फॉर्मुलेट करना है. S stands for specific, M stands for measurable, A stands for achievable, R stands for realistic, and T stands for time. Every goal must have a timeline. जैसे कि NEP 2020 की बात करें तो 2030 is the timeline, but I don't know if that timeline is realistic because that is open to debate. But for you in life, have a goal which is 12 months to 18 months, which you want to achieve. और ये 5 principles उसमें लगा के अपना goal बनाइए. And paste it in front of your study table. And look at it every day. It will give you the motivation that I have to do this, I have to become this, I have to reach this place. And short goals अगर आप रखेंगे तो आहिस्ता आहिस्ता करके आपका जो डेस्टिनेशन है, जहां पे आप जाना चाहते हैं, आप उसको अचीव करेंगे. आप देखना ये इट्स पॉसिबल. हार्वर्ड यूनिवर्सिटी में इसके ऊपर एक टेस्ट हो चुका है on a sample of 100 students, and it has been proven that the people who have a goal in mind are the achievers, are the ones who will achieve success in life. So this is what I had to tell you today. Thank you very much for listening to me. Jai Hind.
I would request our Dean ma'am to kindly come and present vote of thanks to this inaugural session. Saraswati Sharma ma'am, please.
Joining us on this 3 days conference on changing dynamics and transformation in the field of special education in context to new education policy 2020. A special thanks to Major General Dr. Rajan Kochar, Vice Chairman of National Council of News and Broadcasting, and Dr. Sandhya Bindal, Chairperson of Ashtavakra and Tecnia Group of Institutions, then Dr. Navneet Gera, Professor James Kalkaji Delhi, and Professor Dr. Yamini Agrawal, Director Bharatiya Vidyapith, Paschim Vihar, then Dr. Anthony Raju, Global Chairman, All India Council of Human Rights, Liberty and Social Justice, and Mrs. Dr. Anthony, Legal Advisor, Director, and Dr. C.B. Mishra, Director Principal of Prudence Group of Schools, then Dr. J.C. Gupta, Retired Assistant Director, AYZ Noida, then Dr. Monica Malhotra, Director, Chairperson, Social Media, and other dignitaries. Thank you for enlightening us with your knowledge. In my opinion, National Education Policy 2020 is in complete consonance with the provisions of the RPWD Act 2016 and endurance all its recommendations with legal to school education, considering inclusive education as a system of education wherein students with or without disabilities learn together, and the system of teaching and learning is suitable adapted to meet the learning needs of different types of students with disabilities. National Education Policy 2020 aims to promote inclusion bringing out equality and developing respect for diversity. I once again thank you for joining us today. Thank you, all of you.
Now we are all going to stand up. We are going to end up with this inaugural session.